Hello everyone, this is Jessica at the Heron Educational Center for the Human Spirits, and I am hanging out at Turtle Pond, one of our features here at our Community Gardens and Wildlife Sanctuary in Westport, Massachusetts. And I'm hanging out with our beloved Albie, and if you don't know the story of Albie, there were a couple abandoned mallard eggs laid around Turtle Pond this spring, and we were successful in the incubation process for one of the eggs, who's Albie, who is now with us, who is going to be 12 weeks tomorrow. So very excited about that, and she's been growing up so well. And I wanted to make this video really because I've spent a lot of time with Albie, raising her raising me. And I wrote down some lessons from these observations of getting to spend so much time with her. And I thought I'd share them because I think there's ways that we can reflect on them for ourselves and perhaps cultivate them to find more peace in our lives and more balance. And it's a beautiful autumn day, and autumn is that season of sort of purification, readying ourselves for the darkest day. And sometimes that means, doing some of that shadow work of really acknowledging, what's been holding us back and what can we let go of and what are things that we can look forward to and celebrate. So I thought I'd share some of these lessons inspired by Albie in hopes that you might find some connections in your own life through reflecting. So one of the first lessons that I noticed was that she was just born confident. And it didn't matter the attempts that she made and the failures at those attempts, whether she was like kind of awkward and stumbling around on the ground or trying to jump and didn't make that first landing. There was never a sense of a shame or fear about trying again. There was none of that sort of human ego-based worries of self-judgment. She basically was happy just trying and curious, and her tail would shake even after the failures, and then a little bit later she'd just try again. So I thought that was a really great lesson about just having confidence and trying whatever you want to try, and that the doing of it in it itself is the learning, is the reward, whether there's this idea or perception of success or failure. Another observation was that the right environment allows her to be what she already naturally is. So we didn't have to really teach Albie to be a duck. She just did that all on her own, and we just provided her with the correct environment for her to thrive and to just be what she already naturally is and was born to be. So we didn't have to teach her how to feed herself, how to bathe or clean herself. She just naturally did all that on her own. And I just thought, what environments do you feel in your life actually allow you to be who you naturally are? To take away the guards and just be your authentic self. And perhaps think about that and maybe spend more time in those types of environments or around those types of people that really allow you to be who you are without any pressures or needs to change who you already naturally are. So Albie is loving and affectionate, and she really likes to be social and spend time with others. She's playful and she loves music as well. So it just made me kind of think about, it's important to have that idea of play, of downtime, of expressing love and affection in our lives, and how nourishing that really is for us all. To, be with your family, really just, spend time together and communicating with each other and showing affection. And that's really important and super nourishing for our souls. Another fun trait we learned about Albie is that she loves praise. She really enjoys encouragement from others, especially when she's trying new things or she's taking a bath or just stretching her wings and we're like, "Go Albie, that was so beautiful." She'll actually do more of what she was just exploring when she's getting that type of celebratory feedback. So that just made me think of, in our life, are we allowing ourselves to really celebrate the victories, the accomplishments in our lives? And it doesn't matter, how small that was. And to remind yourself that you are enough and you are, worthy of being here just as you are, and just to celebrate that sense of being and knowing that your being means that you belong here. So another fun thing from Albie is that she knows who she is. She's confident, like I said earlier, but she really does know how to set boundaries for herself and expects others to respect those boundaries. So she doesn't like to be petted. Even though she's a very social creature, she'll come up to you. She will tell you off if you try to pet her, or she'll just simply walk away. So she's not shy from telling people, like, nope, that's a boundary that I'm not comfortable with and you need to kind of back off there. She has no qualms about just walking away from you if you're not respecting those boundaries. So especially in the season of purification, thinking about, what boundaries do we need to set in our lives that are really healthy boundaries, and not to feel bad or guilty about them, by learning to say no to others, but also, and not feeling ashamed for speaking up, but really using your voice and saying, nope, I'm not comfortable with that. That establishes mutual respect for whatever the situation is. When you learn to respect your own boundaries, and innately what happens is the bidirectional nature of energy, you're helping to teach or instill respect in others or with others as well. Hope you guys are having fun and still hanging out with me through these lessons. So the last one that I wrote down was that she is far-seeing. And ducks are. They can see pretty far as learning to look out for predation. But she can discern danger from afar, and she'll cautiously respond. But just because she had that experience of, oh, there's danger ahead, she doesn't hold on to that. She doesn't let that hold her back or make her freeze in fear of then going back to what she was doing or playing. So as soon as the threat passes, she goes back to just enjoying life. And I thought, how much time do we spend predicting or worrying or forecasting these fears versus, addressing a situation that may be uncomfortable when it arises, and just being with that and cautiously responding and then moving forward. So learning to forgive but not forget, but don't letting that remembering hold us into perpetuating that fear-based state of being or distrust. And what ways can we learn to, cautiously discern when dangers are coming our way, but respond to them for what the situation calls, and then move on, and then continue on with our lives. So I hope that you found some of these lessons from my observations with Albie, perhaps gave you little seeds of lessons to perhaps contemplate in your own life, and to move forward and embrace the fall season and just enjoy life a little bit more, and enjoy being who you are, and cultivating that authenticity for yourselves. So thank you again for listening, especially if you made it this far through the video.